Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio, so today it's time to talk about Masquerain. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, not a Pokemon we've talked about all that much, but I tell you what, this new Masquerain card could be quite nice. As a bit of a side note, there was an old Masquerain that always interested me. I had a lovely friend called Ollie who did win the UK National Championship one year, as well as appearing on the popular TV show Coach Trip, true story. And in every deck he made for like 2 years, he would put in the Masquerain from Plasma Blast, which allowed you to move a Pokemon tool card from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. Now, nowadays, we've got Masquerain to do that, so we don't need it so much. But this new Masquerain, well, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I could see people using it as a bit of a cheeky tech, just like my friend Ollie did back with the one from Plasma Blast. So starting off then, it's got 90 HP, it's very low, maybe we'll get a level ball reprint, although as often as I say that in my videos, right, it does not look like it's on the cards. Retreat cost of 1 means that you do have access to escape board after the rotation, giving you free retreat while allowing you to retreat if you are asleep or paralyzed, yay, etc. And the weakness to fire, I mean, look, maybe Baby Volcanion, hey Nick, but honestly, you don't need to worry too much. Fire decks at the moment are stuff like Ho-Oh with Kiawe, and your 90 HP means your weakness completely irrelevant. Now, the awkward thing is, it is a bit of a stage 1. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. It makes it slightly more awkward than you might like. But the good news is you are actually hitting a really good weakness here. Stuff like Lycanroc, which remains a really good Pokemon. Things like Lapras, which is getting better and better. There'll be a video coming about Lapras in the next week, hopefully, if the news ever slows down a little bit. I'm not going to do 3 videos a day forever. There's just too many cards to look at the moment, and I kind of have to accelerate a bit. So you're hitting a good weakness, and you got access to stuff like a skateboard, so it's not looking too bad. And I actually really like both the attacks here, although it is the first one that caught my eye more than the others. Surprise pattern. Discard all special energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon for 1 grass energy. You just discard all your opponent's special energy. Now, post-rotation, special energy gets a bit weird. We're going to look at that in a moment. But for the time being, this is great. Because we've got fighting decks like Buzzwole that really like having strong energy on. And sometimes like having multiple strong energy. You can drop this, attack once, get rid of all of their strong energy. And your opponent may well be in a position where they go, right, well, the only energy I've got in hand is a strong energy, and you're just going to discard it, so I'm not going to play it down. Brilliant! Because if your opponent is wasting an energy attachment, choosing not to put an energy down because they're worried that you're going to discard it, that is as good as you having discarded it anyway. It's really nice for decks that rely on strong energy, although to be fair, strong energy is rotating when we hit rotation. So maybe not for all that long, about a month after Masquerain comes out. Now we've also got double colourless energy at the moment, and double colourless energy is a little bit of a weird one. Because on the one hand, double colourless energy is great. Pokemon like Zoroark and Tapu Lele have been showing us how great this is for, well, ages now. Although, to be honest, you really want to go back to when it was first reprinted in Heart Gold Soul Silver, when Garchomp C showed us quite how great this can be. So, yeah, it's a great card. And you can discard all of your opponent's ones of these. And sometimes, let's say you go into the expanded format, and you get a deck like Zoroark with Execute. Sometimes they will literally just be playing 4 double colourless energy. Now, they're never going to have all 4 of them on the field in one go. That's ridiculous. But they might have 2. And if you can get rid of 2 of their energy in one go, this could be the thing that makes this really, really good. I mean, you're also getting rid of beast energy here, but your opponent can only have 1 beast energy, so you might as well play something like an enhanced hammer or a Kartana if all you really want to do is get rid of beast energy. But I'll tell you something for nothing. Maybe they've got a beast energy in a strong or a beast energy in 2 strong. In that regard, in comes Masquerain. And post-rotation, right, we are losing Special Charge and Puzzle of Time. What do those 2 cards have in common? They are the only ways we have at the moment to recover special energy. Obviously, some Pokemon like Gardevoir have attacks that can do it, but in terms of item cards that can recover special energy, that's it. We got Special Charge, we got Puzzle of Time. That means that a Pokemon like Masquerain that can come in and discard all your opponent's special energy is so much better because it keeps them off the field. It doesn't just get rid of them, it gets rid of them for good, or at least until we get a new card reprinted that can recover them. The thing that I do stop to pause and think about, though, how good is special energy going to be after rotation? Because we've still got beast energy, but like I've said, that's a one-of in your deck. Strong energy's rotating, and then the only really good special energy card we're left with is double colorless energy. I mean, maybe you'll find the odd person relying on a card like rainbow energy or counter energy, and these are cards that see a little bit of play, but they're very much fringe plays. Double colorless is the main one we've got. But that's generally seeing play in decks like Zoroark, which are just going away, to be honest. They are falling in play. Things like Ultra Necrozma and Buzzwole really is where the format's going. Big one-hit KOs. And Zoroark's not keeping up. So on the one hand, yes, you can get rid of all these special energy, and they're not going to be easy to recover after rotation. On the other hand, I don't think special energy is going to be quite as prevalent as it's been for the past few months. Honestly, could have done with this a couple of sets ago. Now, as for the second attack here, I'm quite a fan of this one as well. 3 colorless energy, flip 4 coins. This attack does 40 damage times a number of heads. Now, best case scenario, you hit 4 heads, you do 160, you add a choice band, and you know those big Pokemon like Buzzwole and Ultra Necrozma I just mentioned were ruling the format? 1-hit KO, baby. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to hit 4 heads in a row, although do remember you have got the Victini from Guardians Rising that you can use to reflip if you don't hit the requisite number of heads. But you don't really need to hit 4 heads in a row here. Really? You kind of need to hit 2 heads. Because if you hit 2 heads, you're hitting for 80, which doubled will be 160, getting a 1-hit KO on most grass-weak non-GXs. Then you add a choice band, you're up to 110, 220 with weakness, and those GXs I told you about, like Lapras and Lycanroc, well, now they're going down, ladies and gentlemen. So, essentially, if you hit 2 heads, you should be getting a 1-hit KO through weakness. And if you get 4 heads, which I know is not going to be that often, I get that. But if you do, then you're actually going to be able to get a 1-hit KO on pretty much all the best Pokemon in the format. And as far as I'm concerned, that sounds pretty good to me. And it's colorless energy, so you can use double colorless energy. And you can use any kind of energy acceleration you want. Maybe you're in a Vikavolt deck, so you use that to get it going in 1 turn. Or you could even, and I don't think you would, but you could even use something like a Solgaleo Prism Star here and just use metal energy. There's a lot of options for getting this up and rolling as you want. I don't think you would play this for the second attack, but having said that, it's for colorless energy. If you really want a counter for grass-weak Pokemon, Masquerain is good. We're always looking for Pokemon that can counter a particular type for colorless energy. Think like the Dedenne from Forbidden Light can counter fairy-weak Pokemon for colorless energy. Masquerain is that, so maybe you would play this for the second attack. Then you've got the first attack, where if you're playing anything like Grass Energy, Rainbow Counter, etc., you can discard all your opponent's special energy, and you've got the makings of a really useful Pokemon, which I'm going to be giving between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. I get it. It's not the most impressive looking Pokemon on the surface. But the fact of the matter is, you've got 1-hit KO potential for colorless energy on grass-weak Pokemon, and you've got an attack which can get rid of all of your opponent's special energy. As far as I'm concerned, that's 2 useful attacks, both of which could very easily make their way into a number of decks, helping them out greatly. so I'm sticking with my between 3 and 4 Wassies. But whether you agree or disagree, I would love to hear from you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. Go Knights! Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, etc., head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do just that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.